For 50 years, every physics textbook has told you the same story. Fall into a black hole, and you end up at a singularity, a point of infinite density where space and time simply stop. Before we go deeper, if you love the mysteries of deep space, subscribe to Cosmos Unknown and drop a comment below. What do you think is really inside a black hole? I read every single one. But here's the part nobody puts on the first page. Almost no working physicist actually believes that. An infinity in your equations doesn't mean nature is infinite. It means your theory just broke. So if the singularity isn't real, what is actually at the center of a black hole? It turns out there are 4 serious answers. One says the inside of a black hole is hollow. Another says the inside doesn't exist at all. And the strangest one says the collapse never finished, that every black hole in the sky is an explosion frozen in time. Let's break them down. First, you need to understand why the singularity was never an answer. It was an error message. In 1915, Einstein gave us general relativity, the idea that gravity isn't a force, it's the bending of space and time. The theory works beautifully. GPS satellites correct for it every single day. But push it to the extreme, crush a dying star smaller and smaller, and the equations do something disturbing. The density goes to infinity. The curvature of space-time goes to infinity. The math divides by 0. Now, in any other field of physics, when your equation spits out infinity, you don't celebrate. You don't say, we discovered an infinitely dense object. You say, my theory has reached the edge of where it applies. We've seen this before. A century ago, classical physics predicted that a hot object should radiate infinite energy. They literally called it the ultraviolet catastrophe. The solution wasn't an infinite oven. The solution was quantum mechanics. Einstein himself never believed singularities were physically real. Even Roger Penrose, who won a Nobel Prize for proving that inside general relativity, collapse must produce a singularity, will tell you what that proof really means. General relativity predicts its own failure. Somewhere inside every black hole, our best theory of gravity stops working and something else takes over. The question is what? And right now, 4 candidates are fighting for that job. Candidate number 1, the Planck star. This comes from loop quantum gravity, a theory which says space itself isn't infinitely smooth. Zoom in far enough, down to the Planck scale. That's 10 to the minus 35 meters, 100 billion times smaller than a proton, and space becomes grainy, pixelated. There is a smallest possible volume, and if there's a smallest possible volume, nothing can ever be crushed to a point. Think of it like compressing a spring. The more a dying star collapses, the harder quantum geometry pushes back. At unimaginable density, the entire mass of a star packed into something smaller than an atom, the collapse doesn't end at infinity. It stops. And then it bounces. Physicists Carlo Rovelli and Francesca Vidotto called this object a Planck star. In this picture, the center of a black hole isn't a point of no size. It's a real, physical object, the densest matter the universe allows. But here's the twist. If the collapse bounces, the black hole should eventually explode. So why do black holes look so stable? Because of time. Deep in that gravity well, time runs absurdly slowly compared to the outside universe. The bounce might take microseconds from the star's point of view, and billions of years from ours. Which means every black hole could be a slow-motion explosion. We just haven't waited long enough. Candidate number 2 is stranger, the Gravastar. In 2001, physicists Pavel Mazur and Emil Motola proposed that when a star collapses, something dramatic happens right at the would-be horizon. The matter undergoes a phase transition, like water flashing into steam, and converts into an ultra-thin shell. And inside that shell, not crushed matter, not a singularity, dark energy, the same anti-gravitating stuff that's pushing the entire universe apart. So a gravastar is essentially a cosmic bubble, a shell of exotic matter thinner than anything you can imagine, holding a core of pure outward pressure. From far away, it looks exactly like a black hole. Same mass, same gravity, same shadow, but it has no event horizon and no interior in the usual sense. The inside of the black hole is quite literally hollow. For 20 years, this sounded like science fiction, but here's why people take it seriously now. A gravastar has a surface, and a surface, unlike a horizon, can reflect things, which means, and hold this thought, we might be able to hear the difference. Candidate number 3 comes from string theory, and it's the most radical so far, the fuzzball. String theory says every particle is a tiny vibrating string. Samit Mathur and his colleagues asked, what happens to those strings when a star collapses? Their answer, the strings don't fall toward a center. They expand, tangle, and fill the entire volume of the black hole, all the way out to where the horizon should be. The result is a ball of quantum string fuzz the size of the black hole itself. And this changes everything because in this picture, there is no inside, no interior spacetime, no point of no return you silently drift across. The horizon isn't a doorway, it's a surface, like the surface of a star. Fall onto a fuzzball, and you don't plunge into darkness. You become part of the fuzz, your information woven into the strings. That last part is the whole reason physicists love this idea. Stephen Hawking showed that black holes slowly evaporate, and in the standard picture, the information about everything that fell in is destroyed forever. That violates the most basic rule of quantum mechanics. It's called the information paradox, and it has haunted physics for 50 years. Fuzzballs solve it in one move. Nothing is ever lost behind a horizon because there is no behind. Which brings us to the strangest idea of all, and unlike the others, this one doesn't need new physics. It's been hiding in Einstein's equations the whole time. Picture an astronaut falling toward a black hole, broadcasting a signal once per second. As she approaches the horizon, you receive her signals. Slower and slower. Her clock, from your point of view, is grinding to a halt. The light from her image stretches, dims, reddens, and she freezes just above the horizon. Forever. Here's the unsettling part. That's not an illusion. From the perspective of the entire outside universe, which includes you, me, and every telescope ever built, the collapse of a star never finishes. The infalling matter slows asymptotically and hovers, frozen, at the edge. Early Soviet physicists didn't even call these objects black holes. They called them frozen stars. So follow that logic to the end. If, from our side of the universe, no star has ever finished collapsing, then perhaps no singularity has ever actually formed anywhere. Not because something stops it, but because, in our time, the center of a black hole is an event that hasn't happened yet. Every black hole in the night sky, in this view, is a collapse caught mid-fall, an explosion on pause, a frozen Big Bang waiting for a future that, for us, never arrives. And if Planck's stars are right, that pause has an end. Trillions of years from now, the bounce completes, and the sky fills with the light of stars finally finishing what they started. Now, 4 beautiful ideas. But this is science, not philosophy. Can we tell them apart? Surprisingly, yes. And we've already started. Test 1. Gravitational wave echoes. When 2 black holes merge, they ring like a struck bell. And LIGO hears it. If black holes have a true horizon, that ringing dies out cleanly. Energy falls in and never comes back. But if they have a surface, a gravastar shell, a fuzzball skin, some of those waves should bounce back out. Echoes. Faint, delayed repeats of the ring down. A few teams have claimed hints of echoes in LIGO data. Most physicists aren't convinced yet, but the next generation of detectors will settle it. Test 2. The shadow. The Event Horizon and Telescope photographed the black hole in M87 and the one in our own galaxy. A true horizon, a gravastar, and a fuzzball each bend light in subtly different ways. As those images sharpen over the next decade, the shape of that shadow becomes a fingerprint. Test 3. The explosions. If Planck stars bounce, the smallest, oldest black holes should be detonating right about now, releasing a flash of radio energy. And here's what keeps people up at night. We keep detecting mysterious millisecond bursts of radio waves from deep space. Fast radio bursts. Most probably come from magnetars. But some physicists have asked in published papers, what if a few of them are black holes dying? So what's really inside a black hole? A bounce frozen in time, a bubble of dark energy, a ball of cosmic string, or a collapse that for us will never end. We don't know yet, but notice what just happened. The one answer fading from the conversation is the one in your textbook. The singularity was never a destination. It was a sign at the edge of the map. Here, our knowledge ends. For 100 years, we mistook our ignorance for an object. The next decade of gravitational wave detectors and telescope arrays won't just photograph black holes. They'll interrogate them. And one of these four ideas, or something nobody has thought of yet, is going to replace the most famous fact in astrophysics. And there's one more possibility I deliberately left out, because it deserves its own video. Some physicists argue that the inside of a black hole doesn't just hide exotic matter, it hides an entire universe. That every black hole might be a Big Bang seen from the other side, and that ours might be one of them. That's next time. If you don't want to miss it, you know what to do. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Cosmos Unknown so you don't miss it, and I'll see you at the edge of the universe.